In the AI world, the news which has captured almost everyone is that Times has sued OpenAI and Microsoft. The New York Times lawsuit against OpenAI would really open up a lot of worms out of this can. If you are following this news has really cast so many questions on the future of AI and the data these large language models are using for free up till now. This week, the New York Times somehow has broken the internet, I would say, with this news. The New York Times is suing OpenAI and Microsoft for copyright infringement, claiming the two companies built their AI models by copying and using millions of the publication's articles and now directly compete with its content as a result. The outline says that Time has alleged OpenAI and Microsoft large language models, which power ChatGPT and Copilot, can generate output that recites Time's content verbatim, closely summarizes it, and mimics its expressive style. This undermines and damages the Times' relationship with the reader. The Time has alleged again that it also deprived it of subscription, licensing, advertising, and affiliate revenue. The complaint also argues that these AI models threaten high quality journalism by hurting the ability of news outlet to protect and monetize content. Now, independent journalism is vital to democracy, there is no denying that. It is also increasingly rare and valuable. For more than 170 years, Time has really given the world deeply reported, expert, independent journalism. Times journalism is really the standard for the world. But then, having said that, there are some very open facts. For example, Times data is very minute when you compare it to the corpus of the LLMs which they are using. For example, ChatGPT 4 has trillions of parameters, and the data which it has been trained on is way more than Times' own publication. Now, there are few key points in this debate. For example, whether the models truly have copies of copyrighted works stored internally or are just narrowly prompted to reproduce specific works. Also, if narrow prompting to reproduce a work is still considered copyright infringement under law, then whether the entity prompting the model or the model company that created it would be liable in a copyright case. Comparisons have been made to tools like photo editors and debates over if the tool creator could be liable for copyright infringement based on the user's action with the tool. And then there are a lot of other things which are outlined in this. Now, OpenAI's evaluation has soared to 90 billion with ChatGPT license, and that is huge. And maybe um, OpenAI's decision a few weeks back to pay off media giant Axel Springer to avoid one of these lawsuits and the failure to negotiate a similar deal resulted in the Times moving forward with the lawsuit because there is a lot of money at stake at the moment. And if you look at it, ChatGPT generates 80 million monthly, projecting over $1 billion in annual revenue. Microsoft invested $13 billion in OpenAI, and ChatGPT had 173 million users in April this year, with many subscribing to ChatGPT Plus and ChatGPT Enterprise. Microsoft's Azure OpenAI service is used by over 18,000 organizations already. Microsoft supercomputer for OpenAI ranks in the top 5 globally with 285,000 CPU cores. Whereas if you look at Times, the Times has over 10 million subscriber and aims for 15 million by 2027. That's it. And Times content only reaches to 50 to 100 million users weekly, not daily. Whereas you know the scale of ChatGPT. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this OpenAI's ChatGPT 4 has been trained on 1.8 trillion parameter and has been trained on 13 trillion tokens. And Times content has appeared in more than 200,000 unique URL in web text to dataset, which is used by ChatGPT 4, it seems. And that is where this lawsuit is saying that OpenAI has used million of Times article to train its LLM. Anyway, I think still a very very important lawsuit, and the verdict is going to dictate the trajectory of AI's future, especially these LLMs and the data they are being trained on. Right now, they have a free reign, and I think this should be balanced because these LLMs, OpenAI especially, they are earning a lot after initial investment, and there should be some checks and balances, and they should pay the creators. Otherwise, I think human creation, innovation, creativity is gone. Because if LLM can simply copy and mimic everything which has already been written, then there is no point in having these times or anything like that. Very keen to hear your thoughts on it. What do you think? Should OpenAI be? Uh, I mean, I'm not going to cast impression on the verdict or any legal proceedings, but I'm just keen on your opinion. What do you think? That was Times right in suing OpenAI and Microsoft, and should Microsoft and OpenAI avoid training their data, or if they want to train their LLMs, should they first buy it from Times or any other creator? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you.